Okay, so the review, if we take a peek, all right, so it says write the equation of the circle that has the center of Q 3, -1 and passes through the point 2, 1. Okay, so here is our picture. We have our center, which is Q, and we have this point. Now, again, remember, there are multiple ways of finding what the radius is. You could use the distance formula. You can use this. You can use Pythagorean theorem. We all learned about that yesterday, right? So our original equation, here's our h is our 3, y is our -1. We substitute that into the circle equation. We substitute in these points. That gives us r squared is 5, so there is our equation. Are there any questions on this that I can address? Okay, I'm not a fan of doing this, but again, in an effort to save time, this is the best I can do though. What we're going to do is we're going to copy down everything from example 1. The first thing I want you to do is copy down the steps, and then I will explain what's going on, okay? It's not too bad. I think you guys should be fine with it, but this is as far as I can zoom in, unfortunately. I want you guys to write down these steps, okay? So today we're just learning about more ways that we can find circles given certain parameters. In this case, if we're ever given 2 points for a diameter, okay? First, we would use the midpoint formula to find the center. Use the center and one endpoint to find the radius. And again, remember, you can use the circle formula, distance formula works too, Pythagorean theorem, whatever, float your boat. I'm going to just use the circle equation just to really solidify that with you guys. And then use center and radius to write your circle equation. So I'm going to give you a minute to write that down. If you need a recap as to what the midpoint formula is, oops, sorry, I just covered it up. It's right up there, okay? As you can see, 9-3 has a lot, or 9 in general, a lot of distance, a lot of slopes, a lot of midpoints, right? Hopefully that's tattooed in your brains now. You go to sleep at night, wake up saying, oh my God, it's a nightmare. I thought I forgot to apply the distance formula. I'm going to move this up here. So hopefully once it clears, you guys will see it a little better. I thought it was going to. Let's see. There's really nowhere for me to put this. Okay. So I do want to show you guys the key word here. The key word here is diameter. Okay. Diameter means that these are the two endpoints, and this is a chord that is going through the center. Okay. So the first step, as shown here, we're going to find the midpoint of this diameter AB. Remember, it doesn't matter what you decide is 0.1 or 0.2, just remain consistent and you should be fine. Okay, so 7 plus 1 gives me 8, 8 divided by 2 gives me 4, 11 plus 19 gives me 30, 30 divided by 2 leaves me with 15, so this is our center, this is our H, this is our K. Now again, you guys need a radius. The world is your oyster when it comes to ways to find that radius. I am just using the circle formula. Again, let's solidify some stuff. So the circle formula, remember, was x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. I am picking a point. Bonus, it doesn't matter which one you use. Kind of like, you guys remember when you did point slope form last year? It didn't matter which one you used, you still got the same equation. Same idea here. You're still going to get the same radius. Okay? So I chose 7 and 11. You can easily choose 1 and 19, but I substitute those in with the center. That gives me r squared is 25, but my radius itself is 5. Why would I show you that? Because sometimes the radius, just knowing the radius is important. And then step 3, I put it all into one big happy circle equation. Are there any questions on this? Okie dokie. What I'd like you guys to do is I want you to try it. Okay. Using those steps above, just with 2 different endpoints. All right, I'm going to give you a couple minutes for you to do that. Show of hands who's still working on this one. If you are, it's fine. I just want to make sure. Okay. Let's take a peekaroo. All right, so in this case, your midpoint, or your center in this case, was negative 4, 6. Again, it didn't matter how you found the radius as long as you, or that r squared, as long as you are consistent with your thinking. Should have gotten r squared is 37, which makes the radius the square root of 37. The square root of 37 does not reduce. And then substitute all those into the equation. Any questions? Anything at all? Okay. So this next one, again, I have to show you those steps, but don't write down the circle. We're going to talk about it, okay? So flip this over. Here are the steps that you need for example 2. Again, don't write that circle. We will talk about that in just a few minutes. We're going to make this super easy on you guys. So step 1 is graph the 3 points and draw 2 chords. Horizontal and vertical are the easiest ones. Draw perpendicular bisectors for the chords to locate the intersection, which is your center. Use a center and a point to find your radius, and then use the center and radius to write your equation. I'm going to give you a minute to write this down. Remember, please do not draw the circle. Again, I want to go over that with you in a little bit more detail. Show of hands, who's still writing this down? Okay, I'll give you another couple minutes. Give me a thumbs up when you're done. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this now. All right, so here's our graph. And it's, let me zoom out just a smidge. Okay. It says write the equation of a circle that contains the points 2, 7, b 2, 3, and 3, negative 4, 3. So let's graph those points real quick. So we have 2, 7. B 2, 3. C. Okay. So step 1 said graph the points, which we did. Step 2 is draw the perpendicular bisectors for the chords to locate the intersection, which is your center. All right, so in this case, here is the one chord, here is the other chord. Okay? And I want you to find the perpendicular bisectors. So in this case, that perpendicular bisector means I need the midpoint, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the midpoint. So I'm just going to draw a line just like that. There's that perpendicular bisector. Okay, so that's my right angle right there. And we know this will be congruent with this. Now for the other one, I'm going to count the distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3. Here again is my midpoint. This is congruent with that. And I'm just going to draw my perpendicular bisector there. So there's my other midpoint. There's my other one. So this point right here is your center. And that point is negative 1, 5. Now, if you are without a doubt sure that you have a radius or a diameter here, you could use midpoint. This is a little easier though. Just a thought. Okay. So if we look from here to here, I have a radius r. From here to here, I have a radius r. So we did actually have a diameter here. And from here to here, I have a radius r. Now, the time comes is what do we choose to find this circle equation? Okay. So our center is 1, 5. That's easy. I'm going to just put it into the circle formula and I'm going to pick one of these points. It doesn't matter, again, which one you pick because these are all on a circle. Okay? I'm going to pick letter B because it just seems a little easier to me. So this will be 2 plus 1 squared plus 3 minus, what do we have? 5 squared equals r squared. So this will be 3 squared plus negative 2 squared equals r squared. So this is 9 plus 4 equals r squared. So we get 13. If we want the radius, Take the square root of each side. It's the square root of 13. So now our equation is x plus 1 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 13. And just a little bit of a recap, what this is telling us is that since this is the center and this is the radius, if I took my protractor, I'd have a circle like that. It would just connect all those dots. Okay? Think of it as like a circumcenter. Remember when we did circumcenters? Kind of. Not exactly, but kind of. Ooh. You try it on your own. Okay? Give it a shot. Show of hands who's still working on the you try it. Ready to look at it? Okay. Okay, so Take a look. Perpendicular bisectors. All right, any questions that I can address on this one? All right, guys, you have your homework, so you can get that done, or you can work on your projects with the remaining time, whatever you feel like doing, okay? However, the one more warning I'm going to give about you on homework is, again, I'm not going to collect it, but if you don't do it, ouch. All right? Because come test time, which is next Wednesday, it's going to hurt a lot. Okay? Sound good? Questions, comments, concerns, snide remarks, anything? All right. That's it for watching. Have a great day. Yeah.